guillotine, it's an attack when the guy's a turtle down. So you can get a turtle any way, escape that. Or I don't escape from side mount. You can do the same thing on the far side of the head for self-escape. Guys, it's good not self-escape to get the turtle and then attack his neck right away. The catcher guillotine is different because the arm's on the side and it has a lot more pressure. Alright, so just here starting from the turtle. I'm usually here. You know, it wouldn't even work if you're here, but you're a little farther back on the guy. So if I'm up here and I'm Donkey Konging his head and hammer fisting and doing all that, you know, usually I'm slid in here, so you might throw a hook in or whatever, you know, switches. But sometimes just tap the guy out, especially if your corner's yelling 30 seconds to the end of the round as always. Finish it with a submission. Sometimes wrestlers don't want to go for submissions because you might lose position going for ankle locks and guillotines and stuff like that. But last 30 seconds, man, you should be trying to finish the guy, get that bonus, because that's where the money's at. Alright? So all you do is a catch a guillotine, like accepting him into you. That's why I call it catch a guillotine. Throw this over, go in here, slide your right knee here in tight. Okay? This high on the back to stop his, you don't want him to like shoulder roll out. Bring the right knee across with tight shin pressure, and then tap. Like that. I'm showing the technique. There's pressure. Now payback's happening. There's pressure with your shin. Okay, yeah, you can stuff this and kind of work out. Okay, so look at a different angle, maybe from the front. I got him here. I got my knee down, my shin down with weight. And I got his leg, whether I'm up high, I'm down low, it doesn't really matter. Up high is going to give you a little bit better leverage. But I got it here, and I put my leg in, okay, my quad in, and I arch it a little bit. Okay, so again, here, I come up to a V10 position. Here, always good pressure with your knees, so you don't get back swept, guys. Easy jiu-jitsu back sweep. He grabs your ankle and shoves his hips. So you control his posture where I can go to pass. Obviously, when you're in here, there's passes. Okay, but I turn my knee in. Okay, I'm turning the knee in nice and slow. Turn the knee in, and I got my knee bar position. One more time. Got his legs up. Turn my knee in. Boom. And I got the knee bar. I'm heavy here. My shin's on him. I got the knee bar here. One more time. Go a little faster. So I'm here. I'm stacked into this guy. I'm looking for passes, whatever, and I just turn. Here, see, that was pretty fast. If he defends by turning, you go to a half crab. Again, not the highest percentage, you know, submissions, guys, but stuff you could catch people with, so it's good enough. I turn in, he starts to turn and defend. He rolls, I'm going to go with him. Grab here, slowly sit on his butt. Okay, this is actually a lower back submission. Grab here and arch. Now sometimes I grab in here, I figure four my arms together, and I stretch. Sometimes I stay up here if I'm deep on the ankle and do an Achilles lock as well as the stretch. The real submission is going to be on his lower back and hips, okay? But I'm in here, or if I'm deeper, I figure four my arms together, I sit on him, and there's my half crab. I'll show it again. Maybe a different angle. So this is a Jean LaBelle style submission. Half Boston crab, a half crab. Here I turn into the knee bar, but he feels it, he starts to defend. Go to defend, boom, grab, sit on him, stretch him up. I got the figure four here, or sometimes I stay down here on the Achilles, because I'm a strong guy, and I stretch him that way. Okay, so I'm going to go for the knee bar first this time, and turn to defend. You know, once you feel it, don't go before you feel it. Once you get an idea of what I'm doing, go for it. Turn, defend. Catch him. And submit. Go one more time. Come to this angle, maybe. So once you feel my knee underbelly and I'm going for the knee bar, go ahead and turn like you get out of it. So I'm in here. Maybe I'm a man popping the dude. Okay. I go for the leg. He feels it, he rolls, sit on him right away, grab here, and I'm going to stretch, so I'm going slow, that's his hip and his lower back, and really close my knees, figure four my arms, and stretch them up this way. So there's your half crab, guys. There's a knee bar to the half crab when he counters. So hope you enjoyed it. Some fun stuff, okay? Subscribe to my page, thanks. Hey guys, Dan The Wolfman, that arm lock. Sometimes this guy's turning into you. He's scooting a butt away to elbow escape. And then you can get this arm here, hop over, get a butt arm lock here, control here, and you got a submission, tricky submission there. Maybe you want to move him into you. You can take your knee up to turn his hip down. Pinch his body with your knee. That bends him. Hook the arm, step over, okay? And you got the submission here. So sometimes the guy's just pulling his arm out. You hook that elbow, and you got that bending arm lock, that V arm lock I love so much, you know, from standing. The bent elbow crank. You can get on the ground this way and surprise the guy. Sometimes the guy's shrimping out and pulling. So shrimp out and you start moving his hip away from you. Just trying to push this arm here. You can just counter right there. Okay? So put that in your repertoire. Thanks guys. YouTube.com/Dan The Wolfman 1. Going to show you that tricky arm lock again from side mount, and then I picked up a new entry to it without your arm totally entangled at Go-Cars. One of the guys, young fighters over there at Go-Cars, showed me a way to do it from north-south, which is pretty cool, so I'm going to pass it along. Okay, so from side mount, anytime you're in here on the guy and he scoots his hips out to elbow escape, as I showed in the other video, you can get this entangled out. Just screw about this with the underside. You can do that for him. Here, I control his hip there, I control his leg here with my hook, and then I have a Udi Garami bent entangled arm lock like a figure 4 paintbrush right there on his elbow and shoulder. Okay, so if he's scooting away, you can get that. You can also just sometimes feel it when his arm's deep and he starts to pull this arm out. Like it's an arm around me and then he starts to pull his right arm out. Start reclaiming that arm. Now try and get it back this way. Okay. You start to reclaim that arm, you just go to it. Okay? Another way, my more mean style, catch wrestling style, is to make the guy move. Number one, I'm always going to be heavy on the guy with my hips. I'm going to be controlling him, I'm going to be riding him. My knees aren't going to be on the ground at all times. Okay, I'm going to be controlling him with body weight. And then if I want him to move, go ahead, grab me a little bit. Okay, if I want him to move, I take my knee up to his belly, and I slide it on his fat and pinch his fat with my knee. And that's going to make him hip in, this way. Okay, so we're here, and then I pinch him. I pinch him with this knee, and made him hip in. And there's my lock. Okay, so that's by taking that's using pinching with just gravity. Using your knee and pinching. So guys, this is part of Combatives and part of MMA. It should be part of MMA. It's stuff you can get away with, no one's going to see. That you should be in there. If you want a guy to move away from you to take his back or choke him, when you're in here, you could just be controlling him. You can grab him and palm him this way. Let's say I wanted to go to a trap. Here, I'd get there by taking him and pinching him. So this is a lesson of pinching. Then I'm here, then I'm here, then I'm working in here, then I'm pressing the neck, and I'm doing all that kind of fun stuff. So I'm just talking about moving the guy with pinching. Now, for tricky arm lock from north-south, the guy is usually hugging you because he's defending strikes and stopping you from getting to the mount and all that. So you're working a north-south choke. You could jump, leapfrog to your double knee bar, Russian Cowboy. Look up the Russian Cowboy 2-on-2 knee bar video I have. Set that one up with north-south choke. When you have problems with the north-south choke, you can go to that double knee bar, Russian Cowboy, or you can go to this tricky arm lock now. Actually, rotate this way over. Stay there. Okay, so he hugs around me. I'm usually heavy on his hips anyway. I'm shoving my hip in his face and making life uncomfortable for him. My elbows are in here. If it was MMA, I could be elbow striking him here, punching him in the quad with the foreknuckle, learning how to hit deep on the ground. The Systema punches I teach guys is really important in MMA because you don't always have the space to load up on your punches. Anyway, hug around me a little bit. You don't gotta go so hard. He goes here. I sit out like reverse case like Gatami. Here, I'm close tight to him. Number one, I keep sliding back, put my foot over as before to block his hip. The other one under with the foot, and then I got the elbow. His defense might be to try and come on top. So I'm going to push his neck away, and I'm lifting the elbow for the submission. I can just hook inside with my wrist. I can hook it with my palm, and I push his head away. See, it's nastier when I push away, right? So I push away, and I stretch this guy. There's the submission. Now try and turn in and come up with me. I control him by pushing out. In that case, to get the submission,
for pressure, I push out this way with my forearm. If he starts to come up, I can turn my elbow down, or my wrist down, and go to his throat. So I'm in here, and here. I'm in here. Try and stack into me. Come in. I'm going to push out here as I got the submission. Now don't defend with your hand, just turn into me. So I can show. Go, keep coming, keep coming. I can blade, like choke him with my blade on his throat. Okay, so go to another angle and let's see this again. Go ahead, grab behind me. Okay, I'm going to hook that elbow and do a reverse sit-out position, or a reverse key sit, sort of. Okay, so I'm in north-south. I sit out. Then quickly I come down with this elbow to the side of his neck as I hop over and block the hip, hook the leg, and I'm ready for the submission. I hook, I lift that udigarami and I push out with my arm, and I can block him here with pressure if he's trying to come in. He might end up in a scramble if the guy's really tough, really good, but that's going to help stop him from bridging in and coming in for the stack in, because he can always push out and frame your arm down. Okay, I can always do this and like put a hard forearm in his throat and wrist bone in his throat. He isn't going to like that very much. Okay, one more time, maybe get a different angle on it. Okay, so we're here, fighting here again. You can elbow, you can hit the legs, guys. There's lots of stuff you could do if it was MMA. I'm gonna hook that elbow, sit out, here, hook over, and here for the submission. Okay, go faster this time. Here, I'm in here. Pride rules are gone unless it's some cool new Asian MMA. There are some orgs out there. So I can't knee him in the head anymore, Mark Coleman style. That's too bad. So I gotta submit the guy. Okay, the round's ending, whatever, go for the submission. I'm gonna go here. Here's my submission. Look. You see you got come up on the elbow? Then you're, see here. I cup it and I push out to stretch that arm and the shoulder as I lift the elbow. Okay, it'd be like this, but I don't use my right hand because he turned to me and get away. So I just use the left hand, the left wrist. And it's basically the bent udigarami arm lock this way, paintbrush. It's the same as Americana paintbrush. Okay guys, so there's a very tricky way. Thanks to Gina Bell and Gokar and all the guys over there. And the fighter Ara that showed it to me. And hope you like these tricky setups. Most guys don't know them, so write to me, subscribe to my YouTube page, and let me know what's going on. Thanks, guys.
Hey guys, Dan The Wolfman, the Combat System.com, bringing all kinds of catch wrestling and grappling action. Going over omoplata, rolling omoplata today. I do omoplatas two different ways. For my guard, I go a slow way where my hip is on my side. When you go fast, you just go on your back like traditional gi style jiu-jitsu wise, but try and roll fast. There is a difference, okay? This is used anytime you get in this position where a guy's basically on a single, or where you're side to side, or even if you're here, where his arm is wrapped on the outside of both your legs. Wrapped on one leg, but on the outside of your legs. Because depending on where his arm position is, depends on a lot of different things you can do. Okay, crucifixes and everything, if it's on the inside, all kinds of different things. Okay, but it's on the outside here. So if he's here and he's trying to drive into me to take me down, what you do for a rolling omoplata is you're going to dive your hand, okay, dive and monkey roll, dive your hand through his elbow and kick your leg up to the sky. So go over this angle. So you're going to dive your arm, dive your hand, and cup his elbow, okay? Cup the elbow, kick your legs, and do a tight shoulder roll. Here. Okay, and then right away sit up to the seatbelt and wrist control. I already had it stuffed, I could feel it in my stomach. Okay, that's one time the little bit of stomach comes in handy. To here. He's here driving down. I could wrestle him and go heavy on his head and go out, or if we just came to this position right away like we're in a scramble, I might want to keep the momentum going. Tuck and roll. Tuck. Grab behind that elbow. Okay, tuck under there. Kick it up to the sky. Triangle him down. Hand to wrist. Okay, to stuff it. Seatbelt. Now, finish the omoplata and keep our momentum going and come in here. Since that's stuffed pretty good, I can reach my hands in here, grab an aspirin, and rock that shoulder forward. Okay, here. Okay? There's all kinds of different finishes. If his hand slips out,
You don't want it to, but if his hand slips out, you just pinch your knees together and do an elbow break here. Okay, I would be in here or S grip, okay, if I can. But there's a way of attacking the elbow. So anytime the hand slips out, there's still potential for a submission, okay? He's in on the single, head's on the inside. I'm gonna tuck and roll, kick up, seat off, go for the finish here, okay? From here, okay, I might go something in here, pass this and stretch it, okay? Guy got long hair like this on the street, bash his face in the mat, okay? I might work under here, just do a lat stretch, okay? Sometimes you can come in here, do a short choke on the throat. If you have longer arms, in Japan and Judo, I've seen it finish with a rear naked choke in this position. So, yeah, let's go out here, follow this one. You could be defending a single leg takedown standing up. So if the guy comes in on a single, okay, if I kick my leg to the outside, I got head pressure here, but he's driving forward with momentum, I can tuck. Go for a lock, get something on his head and his face. Okay. Okay, so even if it slips out a little, you know, ideally you want it here. Ideally you want it there, for the shoulder. One more time, standing. Ready? Got a single, driving and hopping around. In there. Okay, so you see where you end up. So rolling omoplata, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. All right, and look for all my catch wrestling DVDs at theCombatSystem.com. I already made a video on the rolling omoplata. Here is some details that you may be having troubles with. I want to break it down a little bit, so maybe head to this end. Okay, number one, you're going to dive, and you're going to try and roll hip to hip. You're going to dive and get that elbow. When you do, you need to kick your leg straight like an axe kick, an X kick, okay, in karate or taekwondo. Okay, kick it down straight and then bend it once the momentum brings you on top. I'm going with a really small student now so I can kind of show it and manipulate his body. Here, I'm going to kick my leg straight to the sky. See, the leg is straight. And then as I'm rolling and coming down, I bend it for momentum and bend the other one behind me in the S or Z, like a Z mount position. Okay, this hand should be going boom. You should be going this way. Wrist, hand to wrist. Here, then if you can get this to there, trap it with your belly or your hip, then you can S grip here, okay? And then you're gonna go up and in double wrist lock style, aka Kimura, double wrist lock catch wrestling with the legs, okay? Hand to the back of the head, small banana motion. Okay? Or you can pull them up, work in here, work in here, work in here. Okay? So again, and yes guys, these mats are dirty, that's why I wear wrestling shoes here, plus I'm a catch wrestler, so half of my week I train with shoes on, half I don't. So I'm always prep tight, okay? I'm gonna be driving, so it's pressure to drive. Okay, I'm gonna dive in, grab the elbow, okay? Ninja shoulder roll, monkey roll, grab, and kick up to the sky. See the leg, knee is straight. And then I'm chopping down, bringing his head to the mat, trying to smash his head in the, here. Sit this out to Z mount, S mount type position with the legs. Okay, then I'm coming up here. S grip here. Sometimes you can't get in there. That's why I attack the neck and I do different stuff, guys. Because sometimes you can't dive in there. Okay, because his elbow's closed, his armpit's closed. That's when you gotta work to the head and do stuff. Can't be clutching. Okay, that doesn't feel good if I just do this. Put the elbow in the back of the spine. See that solution there? Okay, here, see that? I got a fulcrum. Okay, so, you know, you just flow with stuff. Okay, so don't bash your feet, I'm gonna go faster. Make sure you don't knock you out on the mat. Okay, drive in some pressure, just drive it in, and I take the momentum and I roll. Here, boom. Drive, take me down. Okay, good. And then working. Oh, there's his arm. But I lost it a little bit. Uh-oh, that's okay. I know stuff too. I go to stretch him. Okay. Here. Okay? Or maybe I want this elbow lock here. So I go here, and I'm going to pinch. Okay, down your elbow. How about here? Okay, see now I'm locking his elbow. Okay, because I lost the hand a little bit. This happens in the flow of battle. Okay, so you got to know where to follow it up with. And work that elbow. The same way. One more time. Now as I roll, if you feel I don't seatbelt you, I want you to shoulder roll out of the attack. You understand? So here I'm coming up, I'm missing the seatbelt. Oh, the shoulder rolls out of the attack. I go here, fulcrum, here, cross his body with some weight, across his chest. I got the lock there. Or dive my head to his hip and get the lock there. Okay? I'm gonna cross and dive the head. That's probably the safest way, so he can't reach up and grab my neck. See the fulcrum? Go ahead, tap when it's stretched out, so people know what's going on. Okay, guys, so there's some follow-ups on the rolling omoplata. Let me show one more time from the feet. I got another video on it. Just wanted to break it down a little bit more in details. Okay, from the feet here. Yeah, go ahead, he's driving the single, I'm really driving. Okay, I'm my wizard here. So he's pushing me, pushing me, pushing me. Wow. I lost it because of that. Sorry, there's something in the way, guys. Scoot back. I didn't want to hit either of our heads on that. Grab him from here. And I'm going to kick my leg out. Okay, grab that elbow, roll. Drive, drive, drive. So there's your rolling omoplata. Alright, so basically it is a double wrist lock with the legs. Alright, and go to combatsystem.com to check out my catch wrestling DVDs, MMA, and Combatives. Thank you. I'm going to show that rolling omoplata some more, how you might use it in MMA and no-gi grappling competitions. Alright, maybe you're side mounting the guy and he does a bump for our underhook escape. Okay, so I'm side mounted on this man. And he gets an underhook on me and he explodes out. He goes for a single leg. He's on a single. Before he does anything, I'm going to go that rolling omoplata. Okay? And then work in there for the tap. Let me show you that again. So here's a way you might use this very commonly. I'm side mounted on him, but I mess up. Where he bumps strong, gets that underhook, and then rebumps again for the first side underhook. Oh man, I gotta move. I gotta count him before he gets that single leg. Here. All right, and then move for, oh, I lost it, so now I'm working.